today we'll be talking about how to do likes and unlikes of a particular created item using redis. So we will be using sets for this. So first, inside your services queries, create a likes.ts. So I have created few methods: user likes item, liked item, it is empty, like item, unlike item, and common likes item. So first, in user likes item, we are using the s member method of redis. This will help us to figure out whether this item has been already liked by a particular user or not. Next is like item. Whenever user likes an item, we add the user id along with the item id in a particular set. Unlike item, then we remove that particular user id as well as item id from that particular set. Next is like item. So I have in pages api likes, I have created like item.ts. So it basically calls the like item and it takes item id and user id as the input. Again, this is a post request, but if you want, you can do get request as well, your choice. Another is unlike item. Again, pages api likes, unlike item.ts, I have created this function and it just calls the unlike item from the services queries like page likes file, and sends back the item id. Similarly, user likes item, I have created this method and it takes item id, user id, and again it calls the user likes item which we have already seen and return back is the value whether it was successfully whether it is whether the user has already liked the item or not. Again, this instead of creating these three separate files, you could have created one single file, but just for simplicity sake, I have created this three separate files. Then in keys.ts, I have added this line export const user likes. I'm getting the user id and I'm generating the key user colon likes hashtag user id. Then in go to create item, and inside of the owner id I am passing the local storage.get item user id. Okay, and inside of the id.tsx, inside page items id.tsx, what I am doing is I have created this variable whether the user has liked the item or not. Next, I have created another button to check depending on whether the user has liked this item or not. I am toggling the state, and inside the on click I am calling this method. Before checking this, in use effect hook I am calling this api, I am calling this um, this thing. So I think I did a mistake. I should have called it inside no, I don't think I have done a mistake. I couldn't call it inside a get server side browse because my user id is stored on the local storage, right? So I can't access local storage from node.js side. It has to be from the client side. So yeah, that's why instead, but I think instead of use effect I could have used there is something called hwr. I might refactor this in the future, we'll see, but for now use effect works for me. So check item is if liked. So it basically calls this api and checks whether the item has been already liked by the user or not. It gets the value. If it is 1, that is, if it is not 0, then make the status as is like true. If it is 0, then keep it as false. And inside the button click, what I'm checking is that if the button state is already liked, then I am calling the unlike api. Again, simple fetch request passing the item id, user id, and if the status is 200, set is liked equal to false. And same for if the button status is already unlike, then I am calling the like api. Same thing as usual. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.